In this video, I will show you how to create a beautiful character sheet, turn it into a consistent character model, and create illustrations with multiple consistent characters. We won't stop there because I will also show you the best way to turn your images into videos like this. This will be a beginner-friendly guide and I will do my best to make it as simple as possible. And if you ever get stuck or simply don't have the time for it, remember you can always reach out to me. I always start with a character sheet. The easiest way to create one is by using Midjourney. If you don't have Midjourney, you can use Flux, Stable Diffusion, or even Dolly. The reason I stick with Midjourney for the character sheets is because of a few features that can be used to our advantage for generating more results and angles of our character with the same appearance. The trick is to use the zoom out and pan features. With these, we can create an infinite amount of variations to our character sheet. This is great when you need multiple images of the same character to properly train an AI model and begin to get more flexible, consistent results. I will create two characters in this video. The first one is this bulky male character with a beard and wearing a jacket. To add a little bit of contrast, his companion will be this colorful parrot, and to twist it up even further, let's go with a setting of snowy mountains and cold weather. Now, to generate a character sheet, you do not need a perfect prompt. Just include words like character sheet, various angles, maybe even mention the different angles like front view, side view, and three-quarter view. The second tip is to change the aspect ratio to get a horizontal or wide image. This creates room and helps the AI generate even more results of our character. Don't forget to add the style that you would like to have for your character sheet. Make sure to include the same style if you're generating multiple characters for your story. Now for the next part, we're gonna crop out the different angles of our character and save them as separate images. This will soon be used to train a model to get consistent results of our character. Remember to fix any minor deformities that might ruin what we're trying to teach our AI model. Here is an example where I fixed the feather of our parrot to make sure that I always get beautiful feathers and tail when generating new poses of our character. Speaking of feathers, here is another example from one of my older videos. I added beautiful green feathers to this rooster and made sure it's included in all of the images before I trained the model. Another trick that I've started to use lately is to not only upscale my images, but use the refined upscaling feature to get even better results of my characters with more details and higher quality. Here is the difference between the original upscaling and the refined one. This might not always yield a better result. However, I've realized that I prefer this upscaling method more and more lately. Alright, for this step, I will show you the easiest way to train a model. If you know any easier way to train a model, please let me know in the comments below, because this is literally the best way so far. I've noticed when working with different authors and creators, they often mention that they hate training a model and that it is too complicated and they give up. So what I always show them is this model training method using the Flux model, which is an open source AI model. You don't usually get a combo of something being the best and the easiest, but here I'll show you in 3 simple steps how you can train your own model very easily. Go to the model training page inside of Openart and choose the character option. I have put the link in the description below. Give a name to the model you're training. It doesn't matter what you write here. Lastly, upload the images we cut out from our character sheet and now upload them all in here. You can do this with as little as 4 images. However, more is better. Now click on Train Your Model and congratulations. You have successfully trained your model, and as I promised you, it wasn't harder than that. In the end, I will also show you a way you can train an entire model using only 1 image. And I'm sure you have not seen anything like it before. Remember, the better the images are for your model training, the greater consistent characters you'll get in the end. AI is constantly improving, and it has gotten really easy to get consistent characters using something like Flux to train your own models. Now, as I mentioned before, I trained 2 models, one for our male character and the second one for our colorful parrot. The next step is the fun step. We'll use our models to create our characters and use Photoshop to put together the final image before turning it into an animation. So now that we have our models, Let's try out the one with our parrot and generate a few images. For this one, I want him to be mid-flight and with his wings open. In the prompt box, I wrote flying, wings open, mid-air, blue wings. I generated one and got red wings, so I added the word blue wings this time. And this is what I got. Our beautiful parrot flying with blue wings. I changed the character model to our male character and wrote skiing between two beautiful majestic mountains. I generated 4 images and set the aspect ratio to landscape. This is the one I like the most. Now let's fix some details inside of Photoshop before we turn the image into an animation. First, let's select the object selection tool and crop out our flying parrot from the image we just generated. I'll put it into our second image with our male character and rotate the bird. I'll change the coloring of our parrot and play with the curve settings, pretending I know what I'm doing until it looks good. Now I want some of the snow to appear in front of our parrot. So I pick the brush tool and choose a dusty style. I change the color to white and play around with it again, pretending I know what I'm doing until it looks alright. You can always change the opacity on the right side if it looks too bright. Lastly, I want to add straps to our ski poles, giving our character a better grip and making sure they don't fall off. I make a rough selection around the area where the strap could be and paint the area black. I repeat the same process for the other hand, and even though we can adjust more details, it's decent for the sake of this video. I used Kling AI to turn the image into a video. And for this one, I generated this image using the model of our male character. I included a parrot in the prompt just to see what the AI would give us. I didn't like its position, otherwise I would replace it with our parrot. In this case, I just removed it using the generative fill inside of Photoshop. I put our parrot on his forearm and adjusted the scale until it looked decent. I added some shadows on his arm where the outline of the parrot is just to make it look a bit more realistic. I changed the positioning of the shadows on the parrot using a combination of the dodge, gradient and overlay effect. And once I turned it into a video, this is what I got. An animation of our characters resting and enjoying a short break in the snowy mountains before continuing on with their journey. Look at the details on the arm where the parrot is moving. You see the shadows changing based on the bird's movement and the elbow bouncing a little when the parrot moves. Another detail I like is the head movement of our male character. I included words like resting and relaxing in my prompt, and Kling AI really gave us the effect of our character having a rest and enjoying the last minutes of the sun for the day. No animals were hurt in the making of these animations. Alright, now I remember that I promised you that I will show you a way to create a model for your character using only one image. Let me show you quickly how you can do that and a few results just to compare it with our current models. So let's head back to Openart, where we trained our models. Click on the characters on the left side menu, or if you're on the front page, click on consistent character. Now, inside of Openart, you can create characters starting with a description, using multiple images like I went over in this video, or choose this option in the middle to start with only one image. Here, I use this image of our parrot to train the entire model. And these are the images I got when I used the same prompt as before to generate this image. These results were great. However, when I tried it out with our male character, I got somewhat different results. In some cases, he turned out without a beard. In others, he didn't look quite as bulky or overweight as I had wished. I am certain I could get better results if I included words like gray beard or slightly overweight in our prompt. However, since I just showed you how to generate your own character sheets and properly train your character models inside of Openart, it's alright to put a little more effort into the process to get truly consistent characters. Don't forget to check out Openart as well. They're truly a game changer when it comes to training consistent characters. Check the link in the description below, and thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.